Hello, hello, and hello. I'm the S.O.C.K, aka Verisimilitude, and today's session is definitely an exciting one because we'll be immersing ourselves in the familiar doomed world of the Seven Empires. But for the first time in 3 months in the real world, the first time in 3 months in the real world. I was trying to make sure I got the time right. We'll be following our desperate crawlers for the sixth session in the tale known as Beasts of Burden. I'm going to try to summarize everything as quickly as I can, but it has been 3 months, so this will be a refresher for both the audience and the players as well. No memento. Let me get the music going. Last session, the party and the caravan spent a tense evening in the dying trading town of Bloomberg. Cowan the Chronicler flipped through ancient tomes in Thorinov Vikesh's library, and he uncovered that over the last century, mysterious disappearances in the woods have been increasingly tied to a strange surge in Gnoll and Fey activity. This corresponds with a local NPC named Ethel, who explained during Session 3 that the citizens of Bloomberg believe there's a dark god in the nearby mountains, known as the Howling Mountains, which is named that because of the screaming sound that emanates from them every summer, suspiciously except for this one. Cowan also looked into the history of the intelligent yet cowardly forest guard drakes, so he could learn more about the creature that's been following him since he freed it. And Rudra, the ancient elven blacksmith, delivered some items to the party. Brother Anton received a silvered spear. Yeah, a silvered spear carved with the imagery of a coiling dragon. And Findal received a round shield carved with the symbol of an oak tree and other additions he did not ask for. After this, the party interrogated Bert the Grig, the tiny bug-like fey creature that's been trailing Rothar. They solved a riddle from him, and they learned that he ran away from the Feywild because his region became overrun with demons. They then found Harlow, the shady merchant who conned Cowan with a fake dragon scale poncho, and the party robbed him, and eventually this forced his hand as he teleported away in frustration. Things became a lot more serious, though, when Captain Knuckle revealed to the caravan that they would be taking half the citizens of Bloomberg with them to the Temple of Madeira, which is 47 to be exact. This sparked outrage among the guards, eventually forcing Captain Knuckle to reveal that a white dragon is the source of the unnatural winter. And that's the reason why the caravan is seeking help to aid in defense of Fort Fairhollow. As the tension snapped, the terrified guards were worried for their families back at Fort Fairhollow when they threatened mass desertion, but the players, aided by Captain Knuckle, persuaded the dissenters with speeches about duty and sacrifice, and this held the caravan together with only 4 guards fleeing into the night. The next morning, thick fog rolled in, and arrows suddenly flew from the fog, decorated with the skinned faces of the 4 deserters. A massive Gnoll horde ambushed the town of Bloomberg, and the party was ordered to hold the line for 8 rounds to allow the citizens to evacuate the town. The party successfully bought enough time to evacuate 23 citizens, and with Bloomberg completely overrun, the caravan rushed away into the fog. In the final heartbreaking shot, a citizen begged them not to leave before a Gnoll spear stabbed through his skull, splattering blood across the camera lens to form the title, Beast of Burden. Now, in the present moment, as the bloody words drip down the camera lens, they pool onto the dirt, painting it a foul crimson. The pools bubble and hiss as nearby heat from the fires cause them to evaporate into a red mist. This red mist rises and mixes with the black smoke, shrouding the camera as it fades to black. We settle in on the scene of the caravan escaping. You're all standing on horse-drawn carts carrying supplies or just civilians as you watch Bloomberg being laid to ruin by the ravenous Gnolls. The smell of blood and smoke fills your nostrils as you all hear a cacophony of screams from the villagers you couldn't save, layered with the chaotic laughter of the Gnolls. The villagers and other caravan squad members who escaped with you are all in various states of crying or shock, but like I said, it's been a while, so I want everyone to go down the line to reintroduce their character, what class your character is, and most importantly, I want to know what your character is thinking in this moment as you watch Bloomberg fade into the distance. Do you guys want me to pick, or do we have any
Yeah,
Yeah,
volunteers?
sure.
You pick who should go first.
All right. Since it's been a while since you've been here, Ian, Findle, why don't you go ahead and reintroduce us to Findle, what class he is, and like I said, what's his current mindset?
Well, you see an old or elf who actually can grow a beard. He wears a stinky cloak that smells of sweat and animals. Um, that he uses. It's a magical cloak that he has, and he is a wizard, but a druid by trade. Um, and looking at the burning buildings that are looming behind them, he shakes his head, thinking, well, we can never save them all. Um, as he curls himself up like a very grumpy Gandalf, um, tucks his cloak in closer to himself, and then keeps his eyes on the road ahead.
All right. Next up, our resident priest, Brother Anton, reintroduce us to Anton and what class he is and what I guess I said your class, but what is he thinking in this moment?
Yes, Brother Anton, the priest with no healing spells. He is full combat. He plays more like a crusader than a priest. Um, he's sitting in his carriage, praying to himself silently as he hopes that the souls that are being that could not be saved from the Gnoll raid pass on swiftly and peacefully. And yeah, he's a older man who was once a soldier, and was unfortunately he did a lot of vile things in the war that he was once involved in before he found Saint Taragnus and pretty much became a crusading pilgrim in her name, and he vows to uphold law and justice, uh, and rid the world of great evils when able. Um, he's just sitting to himself silently in the cart, praying as the caravan moves away from the city in the distance.
All right. Um, sorry, I was trying to make sure I had something together. Next up, we have a new face here. Go ahead and introduce us to Flingerkin. What is
Yes.
what is his whole vibe? What's his class, and what is he thinking?
Yeah, so as the players left the town, somebody hastily grabbed the chests and threw it into the wagon, thinking there's some belongings in there. Well, apparently there wasn't any belongings in there. There is a creature. If somebody opens his chests slowly, it just starts creaking, and this long, spindly, cloaked figure with ulcerated hands is the only thing you can actually see about him. His face is veiled, and he's wearing multiple black cloaks to hide his really ugly body. And he seems to have been sleeping for a long time. He just looks around and doesn't even know what to make of the situation.
All right, and
Yeah, he's a
last-
weirdling. Sorry.
Yeah, he is playing the Weirdling class, and this is gonna be the first time I've ever seen it in action. So
Yeah.
hopefully he's not out here dealing 7d12 damage. But that remains to
No,
be
unfortunately
seen.
not.
DM, I can make 5 separate attacks that all deal 7d12 damage. Yeah.
No.
Last but not least, Relthar, reintroduce us to him and what he's thinking in this moment as you watch the carnage vanishing in the distance.
Yes, Ralthar, the OG edgelord, also tall, skinny, and robed. But he is currently plagued by Grig, by a little bug-like fairy thing, and he keeps swatting it away every time. He keeps jumping back on its shoulder and then continuing talking, and then he'll try to swipe at it and come back on the other shoulder. But then he's doing the same thing to Brother Anton. He's whispering in his ear about Shun the Vile and how Brother Anton just doesn't understand that Shun's really is misunderstood. And if you just like follow her teachings, you'll understand. And you too could be chosen. And he'll probably be holding his obsidian dagger pretty close to the chest and whispering to it every once in a while. What is he thinking about leaving? I think he's pretty excited to leave and get back onto mission because he thought being in the town was a distraction from the original mission to get help from this Fairhollow, which is now leagues and leagues away, getting farther from mind.
Yeah, as you're whispering to Brother Anton, it is a very solemn moment, even for characters that aren't particularly the most morally just. Like you see, there's other guards and crawlers that are on horseback riding along with the carts that you guys are like inside of and everything. Um, Even the more kind of like desensitized crawlers and stuff, especially, still have a little bit of like a shaken look on their face. It was just an army's worth of gnolls that were just attacking the city, just causing mass carnage. Men, women, children. There was no like it was indiscriminatory. So everybody has seen some horrifying things, but yeah, it is a little bit of a tone shift as Relthar is whispering in Brother Anton's ear. The Grig kind of hops up on your shoulder, Relthar, as you try to smack him away. He sees Flindrikin and covered in all the robes, and he's like, "Hey, Relthar, this guy's covered up too. He might be ugly just like you."
I'm not ugly. I told you. I'm beautiful for my
Why are you wearing the mask then?
It's beautiful. It accentuates my beauty.
Be mindful of who you call ugly, for you don't know.
Now, I want to ask, is Flindrikin just out of game sort of thing? Is he Fey related, or is he does he have any sort of energies like that going on? I only ask.
Yes. So he has been changed by something even he doesn't know. He's only seen it, but the moment he didn't see it anymore, he stopped understanding it.
I think the Greg, very much contrasting with his usual sort of more jovial tone. He gets serious, and Relthar, you see he hops down from your shoulder, and he's just kind of he doesn't say anything, but he gets close and is just inspecting you and stuff. It looks like he has a look of familiarity on his face.
All right. Well, Flindrikin will get suddenly way shorter and tries to adapt to Greg's size and turns his head slowly.
RP amongst yourselves just for a quick second. I gotta unlock the door downstairs.
All right.
Yeah, just ignore the bug. He doesn't know what he's doing or what he's saying most of the time. Or if he does, he's just doing it to annoy you.
Why were you hiding within that chest, strange creature?
I could ask you why you're sitting in a carriage.
This is our caravan.
And I found myself here, didn't I?
Must be, uncomfortable lying in a chest like that.
I'm not sure. And he comes out of the chest completely. It's really just like a small chest, kind of like a what do you call it? A suitcase-sized chest, basically. Yeah,
What does your character look like?
he's literally just like multiple cloaks stacked upon each other with like two hands sticking out.
Huh.
And there's like, it's got the rough humanoid shape, but that's basically what you see. He's got a like a veil on his face, and everything's black and tattered.
Yeah,
So,
sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask him a question.
And yeah, like his limbs and his body size, it kind of like, he seems very stretchy and very thin.
Hmm.
Yeah, it like constantly changes,
Strange happenings.
kind of like some wet noodles, or like chewing gum that you're like pulling and pushing together.
Where's Wilbur? Out of
Wilbur, right
curiosity.
now, I was just about to bring that up. Wilbur is currently like he's like grabbing onto your leg as he's watching Bloomberg fade away in the distance. While while you guys were having that conversation, he's just like it is very cold, but you can tell he's shaking, like shivering, not because of the cold. Like he probably saw some things as he was like getting in the cars to escape the town.
So he's next to me then.
Yeah, he's like grabbing onto your pant leg and stuff with like a vice grip.
I pat him on the shoulder and then I say, "Still wish to be an adventurer."
He kind of looks thoughtful as he looks at his feet, and he's like, I was trying to. There was a there was a girl my age, and she was trying to get on the cart, so I tried to pull her onto the cart with me, but then these people they kept trying to crowd the carts. He basically describes he was trying to pull up a girl that was like around his age and onto the cart, but there were so many people that were scrambling to get on that they basically like he watched her get like trampled to death essentially. Um, and is like he kind of just like trails off as he's speaking, but I think that he's been inspired, especially since like the whole discussion you guys had about the dragon and you stepping up. He looks up at you and tries to straighten his expression, and he says, if I get stronger, I can maybe I can save people instead of what happened."
He says, it's not your fault what happened. It's sometimes the world can be a horrible place, and you will witness more horrible things in the future, no doubt. But all you can do is try to be a beacon of light in the darkness. Now, grab that spear. I'm going to teach you how to sharpen it.
But you told me I can't use the spear unless I earn the tip from doing something.
Well, you need to know how to sharpen it at least before we get to that point.
He kind of smiles and goes to go grab the spear because that makes him feel better. Findle, is Findle? He's kind of like indifferent to everything. Like I really want to like what is his outward expression to everybody else in the cart?
Oh, I think he said he went AFK for a minute.
Oh, okay, all right.
Findall fell asleep.
Yeah, it's all good.
No, he did say he wrote it in chat.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it's all good. Either way, I think it just would be either one of the carts. As Wilbur comes back with the spear, and he's you're teaching him how to sharpen it. A little girl kind of runs up and is like, she basically is like, she pats Wilbur on the shoulder and says, "Don't feel bad. My brother's the strongest person I know. He said he's gonna be right behind us. So as long as he's around, there's nothing to be scared about." As as you guys are riding, give me 1 second.
Findall wakes back up. His wagon hits a bump, and he wakes back up.
What was that? I'm like holding up my like shillelagh.
Hmm. Yeah, your
What the
carts
fuck
are
was that?
definitely riding over, like crashing over rocks and all that sort of stuff. But as you guys are riding, any conversations you have are immediately halted as you all hear a sound so loud it hits you like a hammer to the chest. Just this concussive wave of sound that rattles your bones. The thick fog begins to dissipate, and a voice roars out in a voice not meant for mortal tongues. Just, I think, Rothar, you can speak diabolic, right?
uh,
Correct.
Anybody who
Findle
can.
can as well.
I
Okay, well,
speak
I
primordial.
can as well.
anybody that can speak diabolic, this is clearly, I'm not sure if there's a distinction between diabolic and abyssal in Shadowdark.
There's
Uh,
not.
Oh,
There
yeah,
isn't.
oh.
this isn't,
It's all the same. It's all wrapped up into one.
yeah, this isn't the language of devils. This is the chaotic sort of like guttural language of abyssal, like of demons. Um, you hear this voice roar out, "Sons of the beast of butchery, the great feast will soon come to pass. Now bring me flesh so that we may bolster. I will absorb the essence of our wretched sisters, and then I will become whole once more."
Hmm.
As the
We just
fog,
hear that out loud.
yes, this is like really, it's like the voice is loud enough to really like kind of like shake the ground a little bit as you hear it's coming from the direction of the Howling Mountains. Um, all of the
This is just,
citizens. Hmm?
sorry, the voice is just like booming across the skies, or it's somebody in your head.
It's coming from the Howling Mountains. I would like the Howling Mountains will be like you guys are heading northeast. It's coming from like straight east. It's a little bit more northeast. You know what I mean? It's like at more of an angle. But either way, the sound is emanating from the Howling Mountains. Yeah. Uh, just this
But it's miles away.
relatively maybe like a mile and a half. They're relatively close to Bloomberg, the mountains. But you all see as the fog dissipates, a horde of gnolls, and at the head. Hold up! I just realized I didn't. I'm like kind of. I'm so excited I didn't. I'm doing things out of turn. Give me one moment.
I draw my spear.
Like I said, as the fog
Whoa.
dissipates, you guys are kind of greeted with a horrifying sight. A Flint is at the head of these horde of gnolls, and he's riding one of the centaurs you guys met in one of the previous sessions. As you see, the centaur has his arms missing. There's parts of his skin that have been flayed off, and he's bound in spike chains with an abyssal rune branded onto his chest. His this Flynn's jaw hangs broken, just swaying loosely at the bottom of its skull, and you see the skin on top of this Flynn's skull is gone. Behind him, this tide of gnolls are mounted on these creatures called lucratas. They essentially are these demonic,
Ooh.
these demon spawn that have the sleek body of a gazelle, but it mutates into like a grotesque hyena's head. And more of them you see are spilling out from the slopes of the Howling Mountains in the distance. Just a stream of them, a full army. Um, the most frightening part, though, isn't even the horde. It's what's next to the Flinge. Dragging itself forward as a loud rumble is felt in the ground is a gargantuan hyena beast. It's half the size of a school bus. Its body is a swollen mass of muscle and rot that are fused grotesquely into a cast iron contraption that's bolted into its flesh. Rusted plates pierce through its body, and you can see the scrap wheels grinding and shrieking as the creature hauls itself forward. Its hind legs are withered as they just dangle uselessly behind its body. But it has these massive forelimbs, just like corded muscle as they slam into the ground, dragging itself forward. It has these like massive jaws with a long black tongue spilling out, covered in like drool and blood. And it has these jagged bone protrusions that go from the top of its head down its neck. And it has these like dozens of red pustules that swell and pulse along its body, and inside of each pustule are half-formed snouts and faces of lucratas and gnolls that writhe around in each pustule. This thing is basically a if the Gnolls tried to make a battering ram, but it's alive and it births more Gnolls and Lucratas and stuff. It's a siege engine of
Hmm.
flesh, essentially.
Hmm.
I know that was a good bit of description, but there's a lot going on. So I will ask whoever wants to volunteer to roll initiative. Roll up.
Oh, well, I think it's Berto's turn because he's technically the new guy here.
All right, all
Get
right.
everybody killed.
So are we
Okay.
riding away from these?
Yeah, you're
It
riding
looks
away.
like we're
So
running away.
It's
just for
four.
reference. Okay,
Go
4.
ahead.
Um, I'll try to make
Do
sure
your
I have
worst.
everything together. Um, but just for reference, just imagine you're like the ground is racing past you. I didn't want to use a moving map because I don't want my computer to explode. Um,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, you can either be on horseback. I'll let you decide at the start of initiative whether you're on horseback or on the supply carts. But this is going to
Boy,
be
I think
a
the cart might be safer.
I'm gonna stay on the card. 100%.
all right.
I'm gonna hide here by myself.
Ahoy, de toy, de toy.
So
Oh, hoity toity toity toity.
anyone on a horse, you have double near of movement. So essentially, you can move most parts of the map. But,
Our honorable guards will be.
Let us see here.
Oh
That is-
boy.
You guys got a 4 for initiative. I got a 3.
Our centaur friend has been mutilated.
Yep, they were guarding the Fearwood trees, and this is the price.
We didn't
So,
see this big monster before.
no, you
like
haven't
when they
seen anything
attacked
like this
before.
before. No, it's a living battering ram. This isn't not
By
anything
the
you've ever seen
gods.
before. So,
By
who
the
wants to go
gods.
first?
I
This
have
would
one
be
trick, so I can do my trick first.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I go invisible.
Sounds about right.
Oh boy, I have one thing I can do too.
Rothar
Okay.
Well,
goes
actually, I have
invisible.
2 things I can do, but
I can now do this with advantage. So wait for it. There we go. I'm invisible.
nice.
How
And
long
I
are
would
you
like to
invisible for,
move-
my friend?
I would like to move the cart quickly and tell Captain Knuckle to get back there, save the people.
Yeah, I'm about to describe what Captain Knuckles is doing in a second. How long are you invisible for?
Forever. 5 rounds? 10 rounds.
10 rounds. All right. Is it 10 rounds until you like attack something?
Cast it
essentially?
again. No, it's as long as I don't target or attack.
For 10
Or
rounds?
if I cast a spell, you're right. If I attack or cast a spell.
Okay, I was about to say it's it's a little bit wild, but yeah, I don't even need to write that down if it's 10 rounds. It's just whenever you attack or whatever. Cool, but yeah, Rothar turns invisible. You said you're steering the cart.
Yeah, I'll try to move it if I have can do that. But there's a cart.
We
in
have
front
2 children in this cart, so if it gets destroyed and the children die, Jonathan, it's gonna be your fault.
of me. Yeah. Jonathan.
Where are you trying to move it? Just like ping on the map where you want me to move this. The carts will have a movement of near, just because it's heavier and all that.
Are these
Right.
actual rocks that I have to navigate on the map?
No,
Or is
no,
this
that's why I just said. Just imagine you're literally like you're dashing through the snow and everything, and just rushing past you.
On a
Prancer.
2-horse
Blitzen,
closed sleigh.
Rudolph, go this way. So I'm going up and to the left. Yeah.
This one, okay. Yeah,
Be
you
like-
you kind of direct the. You still have an action unless that took your action to do
Yeah,
that.
Spell casting was my action.
Okay, cool. Who is up next?
I would like to attempt to pull my holy symbol out and cast Smite at. Oh God, it's not. I mean, the 2 biggest targets. I'm gonna choose the Flend because it seems more intelligent than the big monster. I'm going to cast Smite, and this is 1 creature I see within range takes damage, but I have to succeed the spellcasting check. Oh dear God, I failed. That's not good. I now have not. I've lost smite for the day. Of course, in the big, humongous monster fight, I lose smite.
Yeah.
And then I grab Wilbur and I push him like towards the front of the cart as far back as I can, and I say, "Get down, boy!"
He like cowers in fear as he crouches.
Uh,
Does he
and
get
I
any
and you can
bonuses for being high ground or in the snow domain or anything?
Not for smite specifically, no.
If somebody has luck they would like to donate to me, so I can re-roll this somehow.
Yeah,
I can donate you a luck.
Do we start
Hey!
with luck? Session?
You
I'll
don't,
throw you one.
you don't start,
Yeah,
but I
go
know it
for it.
carries over. I know for sure Findal got a luck token because you
I
guys
pulled the-
sacrificed something at the Shrine of Geed.
Yeah, at
The
least
symbol
according to my
of,
character sheet, I see that I have a luck token. So go for
Well,
it.
in that case, I pull the symbol of Saint Taragnus out, and I stumble on my words a bit as I see this gargantuan monstrosity, and I try to restabilize the incantation, and that will succeed because it is a tier 2 spell, so it's a DC 12 that I have to beat, and that's a 15. So he's going to take 1d6, a whopping 2 damage
Bam.
2 damage as
to the Flind.
this holy lightning sears the flesh of this demon spawn, this massive demon spawn.
Yes, I think the Flind will be the. I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking if he goes down, then it's going to be slightly easier somehow.
He is directing the gnolls around him though, so he's for sure they're like commander, that sort of thing.
And I'm like holding on to some sort of like grip bar or something. I'm hanging out the back of the cart as I did that. And that's my turn.
I think we have Flindrican or Findal. What do you guys want
Yeah,
to do?
you want to go, Flint?
You're driving the carriage, right?
Yeah, I'm driving a carriage, but I'm pretty sure I can do that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Can I do that with like my move action?
Yeah, I'll probably just say you guys can use your movement to direct the cart if you're on there.
Yes. So I will. I'm planning on casting web. So if that will mess up your turn, Flint, then go for it.
No, it's not gonna mess up my turn, but what I'm asking is, are we gonna be within near distance?
We are. I'm gonna move my cart basically right up to you guys.
Alright. That's all I need to know. Then go ahead and cast your spell.
Okie dokie.
Also, Jonathan, can you turn down the music a little bit? It's getting a little bit...
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Bombastic.
Is that good?
A little bit too...
Getting a little crazy.
Is that good?
So
A little bit more, if you could. Yeah,
That's
perfect.
good.
All right,
perfect. So, Jonathan, paint me a word picture here. So, are we just kind of out on a snowy field, or are we actually, like, traveling over some rocks, like, to some high ground, low ground? What's going on?
Okay, yeah, I feel what you're saying. No, so you're pretty much on flat-ish land. It's not enough for it to, like, actually come into effect for the fight and everything. There's, like, some, like, rock protrusions and all that sort of stuff. But for the most part, you're dashing through a snowy field. With the gnolls, like,
Is there
intel.
anything in the distance, a tree line, a hill, something that's a little bit more defensible?
Not in the current situation you guys are at, because you were just basically like in a full-out escape from Bloomberg, and then the essentially how these gnolls caught up to you is they're like basically running out from the Howling Mountains and are like trying to trail behind you guys essentially.
Copy that. With that knowledge in mind, I yell out to everybody, "We won't be able to outrun them! Circle the wagons!" And I'm going to also move up
We're gonna
to
make
my
a note.
homies. I'm basically telling our NPCs to just, like, consolidate. Like, try to get everybody nearby so we can protect each other and not get, surrounded and fucked.
Mm-hmm. If you're asking about the trees specifically, I would probably say you could there'll be like a tree passing by every now and then if that like factors into like what your plan is
Nah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
I was looking for something like cover. They're attacking us with cavalry. You know, if we're, say, in some trees and set up our wagons, then we could be better protected. They'd probably have to dismount. That was at least what was going through my head, but that is not the
Yeah, this is more of a
scenario.
high-speed chase situation.
Totally. So,
Mhm.
actually, if anything, are we wanting to just like close in and literally circle the wagons, guys, and just like stop the caravan and fight these guys off? Because I don't think we'll be able to
Uh,
outrun them.
I don't know. I think we should keep going at least, and then
Okay.
pick them off as they get close, maybe.
Maybe see how many the dragon kills on the first round.
Yeah, yeah.
So out of game, I'll just
Okay.
say this to make it clear for sure. Like getting off of the carts is not an option on this one because there's like an army spilling out of
Oh,
the
gotcha. So
Howling
there's a
Mountains.
lot
Yeah,
of guys. This is like the vanguard.
yeah, but they're like the
Okay.
ones that are like picture if you're heading like straight forwards, the ones coming out of the Howling Mountains are coming out at like to your like far right at an angle, and then they're fast enough to like loop around to try to trail behind you. But if you like were to get rid of particularly the siege engine that's birthing more Gnolls and Lucratas, and then the captain, they would have pretty much no chance of like following you to that extent that they are now.
Okay. Oh boy, Oberto. In that case, I want to cast web. I'm hoping to cast web, like on these three guys right here that I'm kind of moving around a little bit. But you tell me it's a near-sized cube.
Yeah, go ahead
That's
and
pretty large.
do you know how to make a cube on Roll20? I can make it for you though if you don't remember.
I do not. Even a
Yeah, I
square. I
got
mean,
you.
it's a 2D map. It doesn't need to be a cube. None of them are flying.
Yeah, you're putting it like right here, essentially.
Either there or actually, if I can do it, maybe move it further to the left and let's see if we can get Dragon Dude Siege Engine. Because I'd rather get the Dragon Dude, the Flint, and one of the little guys. Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds good.
All right, cool,
But
cool.
obviously, I don't want to hit our guys. So
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yep,
he's
yep.
gonna make us hit our guys on purpose.
yeah,
All right, so I'll
probably.
say
If you
just for
give me, I can move the square if you give me, I guess, access to it, if I'm allowed to move it around. Let's see here. So I guess it kind of goes out from there. So I'm gonna try to do something like this.
Mhm.
Maybe a little further down so I don't get that horse dude right there, but like, that's kind of what I'm going for.
Okay, cool.
Shit. I don't know how to make it stick.
So I will have the regular Gnoll make a dexterity check first, and I believe that's against your spellcasting roll, right?
No. So here, let me see if I get the spell off first. That probably should have been my first bet. That is a success since it's a level 2 spell, just barely. Last 5 rounds, and it just happens.
Oh, okay, I
So
see.
they need to make. So they can't move and must succeed on the strength check versus my spell casting check. So they need to beat a strength check of 12 to be able to move through on their turn.
All right, so this is a clutch thing because while you are like dashing through the ground and everything, it's both good news and bad news for this one. Which I'll do the good news for this one. The regular Gnoll, if he's like automatically stuck, your guys are moving like at full speed as fast as you can. Captain Knuckles already yelled to the other like 3 squads to like do formation A, so you guys split off into like 3 separate sections, but close enough. This Gnoll that gets restrained is out of the fight because he can't catch up enough. Even if he were to break out on his next turn, you guys would already be so far away by the point that he's not catching up.
Sweet.
The captain and the living siege engine, it's called a gorge basher. It's a little thing I made. They both are immune to the grapple in this scenario. The gorge basher full up, like as the vines like rise up and try to grab around its like massive hulking form. The wheels kind of creak as they just snap and it barrels through. The Flynn specifically, yeah, he's not. He's immune to being grappled for this one. as they're just like ravenous, superhumanly fast creatures.
Okay.
The regular gnolls
Um,
are not immune to this effect, just for reference. It's just like
But
our
what
Totally.
about the centaur?
Yeah, what about the centaur?
he counts as an elite enemy for this one. This is Dark Souls rules where they have the same health bar.
Okay.
Mhm.
So and flavor-wise, it looks like a bunch of roots that are under the soil, and the snow, like thick like roots kind of come and just like start grasping that first one, and I guess they ride through the others that try to snatch them.
Yeah, our
And that's my turn since I moved the cart.
cool. This is one of those things where you get like information on like what is the deal with this like encounter and stuff. But yeah, our elites are gonna be a little bit harder to put away.
Nope, totally fine. Makes sense.
Yeah. I believe that's well actually no, I still have to do you guys' all the guards and all that. So I'm just gonna make one attack roll that will count for all of them that are attacking just for speed's sake and all that.
Ooh,
Um,
this is how we get extra swingy, Jonathan. Remember last
it's
time
both.
when
It could
we
get
did this?
it could be both good and bad for you. So
It's a
you,
terrible idea, but okay.
well, I mean, it's a good thing because if all the guards hit, then that, or if one guard hits, that's all of them that hit. But it's obviously vice versa. But it's just so I'm not making 8 separate attack rolls each round because this is a large encounter.
If you insist.
All right,
The
so
thing with Draw Steel now, where you have groups of squads and they just all roll for the whole squad, but they also have minions and bosses with minions and stuff.
Yeah, or you could
yes.
use warband rules.
Yeah.
that's essentially my mindset with it because I do like running mass combats, but it does get cumbersome if you. That's like the one issue with mass combats is that you.
I'll send you a link to the warband rules. Obviously, not for now. Like you can edit this out, but like
Yeah.
To help you out.
All right.
Oh yeah. Is it still our turn?
Yeah, it is still your turn.
All right, cool.
I think Flind hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, sorry about that. Go ahead,
Yeah.
do your thing.
Flindrican. Yeah. I'll do my stealth check first because I don't want to be found at all. I don't want anyone to know that I'm here at all. 20 plus 4. Is it? Yes. And then the same thing again because I get advantage on my hiding checks. And then
22.
Yeah, so it's a 22 to hide. So I guess for now I'll just stay hidden and could I observe and try to scout out for more enemies and tell the carriages where to go, basically? Kind of direct them into a safer position to get them away?
Yeah, you could always stand at attention. I have a thing where like if you don't necessarily have anything you can do on your turn, you can you can essentially hold your action to if something like comes within like
A
inch
prepared
until the
action,
beginning of your
basically.
next prepared action, yeah.
Alright, then I'll do that
So
for
something
my
comes
attack.
within near.
Kind of like a sneak attack kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of sort of. It just lets you set up stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna make the roll for the guards here. None of them can get within range or melee range of all the gnolls and the flint and stuff, so they're gonna just make a crossbow attack.
Also, quick question. Are they charging in as like a rear guard to sacrifice themselves?
I mean, they're gonna hold the line for it. It's basically like there's not really an option in this scenario. It's like either they.
I
don't
thought we were
act-
running. That's why.
I mean, you are
I'm a
running, but
little-
they.
Okay.
This is like a near. This is why I said it's a high speed chase situation. So you need to get the people off of you on this map in particular.
Okay.
And then you're in the clear.
Also, Dude Bro will need to roll a strength check if he's gonna run through my web.
Oh no, the
the
gnoll
guard.
that
So you
restrained is
charge the
gone.
guard into the web.
Oh, well, I mean, it would be like gone by this point because you guys were still like rushing past. But you grappled that gnoll that was like caught within it. Is what I'm trying to say. It's like picture if you were in a car and you casted like the web spell, it would still restrain whatever was in that space at that time. But you're like rushing past essentially.
Okay, so this is essentially, sorry if I'm getting confused with this, but this is essentially like if they have been catching up. So these guys aren't actually moving up, they are being caught up by the centaur and the other gnolls and stuff.
Yeah, so at a base, everybody currently on the map, like all the mounts and everything, are going at full speed. That's why I said I didn't want to use a moving map because my computer can't handle it. But this would be a moving
Gotcha.
map if I could.
That was my mistake. I thought the guards turned around and charged them. So
yeah, that's my
where
fault.
I was just like,
that's my fault. I didn't.
No. Sorry,
yeah.
keep going. My bad.
Yeah, I've never done this type of encounter before, so I always want to test stuff out. So if it doesn't work out, then I won't do it again.
That was my mistake.
Yeah, you're all good. But shit, what I was about to say. Yeah, they kind of would have like slowed down a little bit and then like turned to just fire for a quick second and then kept riding forward on their horse. So that is a nat 20. So the guards, kind of bolstered by the heavy losses, civilian losses in Bloomberg, are bolstered, and they pretty much hit all of their targets. So let me see here. It's 7 damage to... Seven damage to this gnoll. I'll say this gnoll gets like fully shot off at the top of this Lucrata as 2 crossbow bolts hit him. It hits the Flint as well, so the Flint takes 7 damage as well. That sinks into his shoulder. And one is going to fire to the Gorge Basher. Oh wait, I'm tripping. That's 7 damage to the Gorge Basher. And this one is hitting... Okay, I think that's everybody. Yeah, so you guys just see they wheel around with these crossbow bolts and strike true on all of their targets. And that is the end of the hero's turn. Sorry, I know it was a bit of a hectic first round, but I'll get it down after this one. Now is going to be the villains here, so... this Flint is going to... He yells with his like broken jaw, just kind of like thick ropes of blood and saliva falling from his mouth. He yells "feast" as he issues them to charge forward. I think he's gonna ride past. Like I said, all the people on horses are double near, so he's only gonna end up right about here, I would say, because that's twice the distance. And he's just gonna make his attacks towards this poor guard right here. It's 2 flail heads. He's definitely gonna go into a rage. So what is this? 2 flail heads. The Flint actually misses, so this guard is like scared for his life, and he ducks down below this just like wickedly barbed flail with like 3 heads that have like this abyssal energy coming off of it. And let me see here. I think I'll do the Crata is going to run up and try to bite at the rider.
Don't forget the 4 attacks from the centaur.
No, the centaur is not attacking. I don't know if I described it. His arms have been like torn off and stuff. So he's literally just a torture victim that's compelled by abyssal magic to act as the mount for this Flint.
Not even a tail whip.
What is that?
Not even a tail whip. Just trying to help.
Not even a tail whip. Sorry.
Little horsetail whip.
Yeah, so I'm going to go down the line first. This Lucrata is going to make a bite attack. Let me actually just ascertain. I think I'll do the same minion rules. If it's multiple sessions of this thing not panning out, this rule not panning out, then I won't keep doing it. But just for quickness sake, make 1 bite attack. 16 for 6 damage. This Lucrata runs up and leaps up with its massive hyena-like head and bites the guard in the throat and tears him off of his horse. What are the other ones that are attacking? 16 for 6. This one also, this guard gets torn off of his mount as he gets bitten in the chest. And this one, I think, is just going to attack the horse instead. So that's just 6 damage to the horse as it, like, tears a chunk out of its neck. But the horse is still standing. Or still running, I mean. And last but not least, we have the Gorge Basher. So this one actually is making me a little bit nervous. The Gorge Basher is not going to do anything except for just move his double near speed. As once again, like I said, it's you see rickety wheels that are like, scrap metal and everything, kind of like wheezing and like, cracking as it's dragging itself along the ground. But the Gorge Basher is going to use its action to use the birth action. Hold up. Ignore the 20 roll. That's just, it doesn't let me do things without adding an attack roll to it.
Oh boy.
So you guys see, 1 second.
Well.
Feels like feels like we're gonna have to yell at Caleb and Cheryl for not being here for this.
Yup.
You'll be fine. It's all good. You guys did a lot of damage in the first round, so.
The good thing is
I
that
did 2 damage.
They won't immediately be like mounted or something like that. So some of them we may be able to just ditch by just moving.
Ah, yes.
I did invisibility damage.
Make me I'll say there's plenty of people here. I think everybody here is attuned to magic in some sense. So everybody make me an intelligence check real quick before I keep describing.
Okie dokie.
Attuned to magic and being intelligent does not go hand in hand sometimes.
Well, no, this is more about a, yeah.
My God, I'm so bad at intelligence, but I get nat 20s on the stats that I'm horrible at.
Yeah.
14.
14, okay. So everybody was able to pass enough. This isn't super hard to tell. Like I said, this is more so about, like, you get an innate feeling from planar sort of interactions, but it's more so about being able to, like, categorize in your mind to understand what's happening. It might alleviate your worries a little bit, but one thing that's noteworthy is, like, how did they get all these gnolls? Like, this is an entire army's worth of gnolls. You can tell all the gnolls that are, like, aside from the Flinge, have been birthed from this Gorge Basher, as they all have that similar abyssal rune on their chest, abyssal symbol. So it seems like if you were to either disable, I'll give you all the information actually, just for the nat 20, Brother Anton. You also are a military commander, so you know that their life force is not only tied to this Gorge Basher, but this thing is only able to keep up with you guys because it's on wheels. So if you were able to break those wheels, it wouldn't be able to keep up with you anymore, and therefore no more Gnolls and Lucratas being born. But for now,
I make note of that.
The horror of the situation continues as... Hold up. Got a whole bunch of stuff going on here. It's gonna birth 1 and then 1 Lucrata. Okay. Sorry, my computer is lagging a little bit.
Bows.
But yeah, you guys see the Gorge Basher makes this low rumbling, like pained sound, as you guys see 3 of the pustules, the red translucent pustules along its body, start to writhe. As you see tearing out with a wet, like ripping sound, are 2 Lucratas covered in like blood and gore, and 1 Gnoll that crawls along the top of it and lands on top of the Lucrata. So that's all it can do, because birth takes its like full action to do so. But I'm gonna need another d6 for initiative.
More than 2, please. Thank you very much. There we go.
There we go.
We go first.
All right,
Wow.
you guys go first. Yep.
Oh boy. So we have to get rid of the wheels or the flind. The flind is rapidly approaching.
It's kind of a dual thing. They're both individual problems, but together they're like a big issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think which one's more important.
Question, Mr. Doctor GM.
Hmm.
It's a random one. Would the cart that I'm on be able to handle a tree-sized thing? Like handle the weight of like basically a tree on top of it.
Uh, in theory, it could, but it would slow it down quite a bit.
Gotcha. All right.
It wouldn't break though, because it is designed for cargo and civilians.
Fair enough. Well, I will ponder on that while others take their turn.
Well, I suppose I will. I'm going to attack the flind again. This time. Yes, I will smite it again. Because fuck you, that's why. Fuck! St. Agnes has left me. And I fail my spellcasting check. I simply stand there, I pull my shield up as I'm watching the flind attack the poor guard. That's my turn.
All right. Well, who else is going next?
Well, it's not like I'm... Oh, I might be in range now.
Yeah, I'd say both the Flind and the
Definitely
Gorge
near.
Bear are relatively within range.
Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna... which one looks worse? As in... injuries.
The Flind. The Flind looks pretty mangled.
Alright, then let's add to that, right?
Is this the same Flynn that we fought before? He's,
No,
like,
this is
injured
different.
Still.
This is a different one.
Oh.
He like this one has is like a broken jaw that hangs loosely, and the top of the skin on the top of his head is missing.
Oh.
Alright. This is 24.
24 definitely hits.
That's 1d8 plus 1. It's for 7 damage.
7 damage. You deal a hefty blow to this Flind.
Yeah, perfect. So basically my, I guess, spiky tentacle lash appendage slashes him through his jaw and quickly recoils back into the carriage.
Yeah, dark blood wafts out from this Flind as you wound it heavily. Who else is going? I think we have our Warlock and our Druid are still yet to go.
Jonathan, remind me what the powers were of the mask? Is invisibility and wasn't there a shadow step?
I believe it should be in our DMs. I could pull it up.
Oh, the DMs to me. Do you slide into my
see.
DMs?
Indeed. Oh wait, no. Actually, let me actually look because I have it on your Roll20 character sheet. Let me see here.
Oh yeah, it's in the DM. You're right. Finesse.
I know you have like the.
Oh, it's a true name. Yeah, it's learn the true name and.
Oh, that's from your dagger. Yeah, you can learn the true name of a creature from the ritual from your dagger. But your mask specifically, yeah, you can turn invisible for 5 rounds, once per day, and then once per day, yeah, you can teleport to an unoccupied space within near.
Once per day. Okay. Is this cart to our east? Is that worth saving, or is there people in it and
Yeah.
supply, or is it supplies and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
there's two people in it, and then like some like light supplies, but the main supplies are with Captain Knuckle.
And would you say that's within teleport distance?
Captain Knuckles or the civilian cart?
This civilian card over here.
No, that's definitely
Right.
within like a double near sort of thing. You could use your movement if you want, or somebody else could to direct the cart to move a little bit.
Okay, so if I'll move the cart like sideways and kind of line up a little bit closer to that one, and then step over to this cart to kind of save this one. So it'll be my move to move the cart to the east a little more, but also away from the battle, and then teleport to that empty cart.
You're thinking like right here?
Yeah, I don't know if I can do a lateral move with the cart, but yeah, but north and to the east.
This is an abstraction for the map. Don't like think about it like too
I know.
heavily as far as movement
We have
goes.
a map, it's literal.
Yeah,
I can only imagine what I
He
see.
drifted it.
I have object permanence problem. If I don't see it, it doesn't exist.
you veer it to the right. But yeah, you can teleport onto this cart. Yeah.
Okay. Then I will whoop, use magic. I assume I don't have to do a caster roll or anything. It's just
No, it's just an automatic once per day ability. Yeah.
powerful. All right. Then I will control this card and help guide this away from people.
I believe you still have your
Especially the
action
one-
in case you want to like you're doing something.
Yeah, I figured that was a move to move the card and an action to teleport, or did you?
No, for once per day abilities, it's the same thing as like, for example, like the Seer's class abilities. It doesn't take an action to use things unless it specifically says
Oh,
that.
It does not. Okay.
Basically, it needs to require a roll or actively say it takes an action for it to like cost as such.
Yeah, like the busted die or something. Okay, yeah, great. It's great, but I still am not. Didn't build this character to fight. I built this character to get people help.
Okay, yeah, I mean you can stand guard. I think you're still invisible, but yeah, you're like there are civilians cowering and stuff.
And my Grig comes with me to translate.
Indeed. Where did I put the Griggs token?
I know he disappeared. He's under the cart. Oh, there he is.
Fell off the cart and died tragically.
Run over
unfortunately.
forever. Dead.
I keep telling the Grig to like go down by the wheel there and just check it. See if
Yeah, just check the wheels. Check the wheels.
Yeah,
Put your
it's
tiny hands in
squeaking.
there.
It's squeaking. Just
He's not
put it on a
listening.
little-
It doesn't seem like he understands the gravity of the situation. He's just perched on the edge of the cart, just watching it, like just kicking his feet as he's very entertained by this whole situation.
you got no sense of self-preservation, man.
So this gorge basher is effectively in a what is basically like an animal wheelchair, basically.
Yeah,
Like
it's
when
like
a dog
a
has its
it's
legs
like
paralyzed.
if the Gnolls tried to do like a Mad Max like siege machine, that's what this thing is. It's like a grotesque mixture of.
I'm picturing like a
muscle
dog with its
cast
hind
iron.
legs
That's
paralyzed.
what I was thinking too.
And
Paralyzed.
it's like just pulling itself.
It's making a beeline for your supply cart specifically, though, like the one all the way in the front with Captain Knuckle and stuff.
That's not nice. How does it know?
They seem to be directed by whatever voice came from the Howling Mountains.
Howling Mountains. Those aren't real. Findal still has to go.
I do. So, let's see. I think I'm just gonna cast Web again in this little like grouping over here.
Mhm.
I'm guessing the guards are just gonna die since they're falling behind, so I don't, I guess, particularly care anymore. But the ones that, hey,
That's
I'm
not
not the
very
one
nice.
who did.
I mean, they could survive. It just depends upon.
You
I'm
bunch
not
of
gonna,
fucking bastards.
Well,
You
they
ran
should
too
have
slow.
kept up. Instead of doing a double move, they were like,
well,
"Don't
anybody
worry, we'll
that's
hang
on
out."
the map is currently keeping up, but it's up to your character what you would like do in the situation. So it's like,
Okay, gotcha. I guess I'm just a little confused because I guess they're faster than us. Or is everybody moving double move? Or,
everybody's
double-
constantly running at base. That's why I just said I can't really use a moving map. That would make it a lot easier to visualize.
Yeah. It's all good. So yeah, essentially I'm gonna go for these three right here, and web them.
All right. These three, the two Lucratas and the Gnoll, you mean?
Yep, two Lucratas, Gnoll, Webbage.
They're out of the fight. But pretty much
That is
anybody who.
a success.
Okay, yeah, you successfully cast it. I did it before you did it, but either way, that's it still takes them out. So just to make it clear, if you were to fall off of the cart, it would probably be a dex check to like grab onto the
We're
edge.
dead,
But
right?
anybody who gets like knocked prone, put it like this: if like somebody's horse got grappled or knocked prone on either side, they're getting taken off of the map, like in any
Okay.
NPC essentially.
Cool.
We have plot armor, so we wouldn't die.
Well, you're on a
actually.
supply cart, so just hopefully you don't jump off of the cart. But that's up to you.
Well,
I'm gonna
then
1v1 a big
flip.
monster.
Obviously, I'm gonna just control for my move action. I'm just gonna continue controlling my cart. Do I have anybody else that's in the cart with me, or am I lone riding this?
No, there's one of like the guards that are like that's steering the cart until you like take over the reins. But there's also like two civilians as well. There's two civilians in each cart that you guys are in.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, good to know. Well, then I'm just gonna keep on having the horses gallop forward. I assume don't move the cart, just leave it as is, and yeah, doing double mirror movement. That's my
You can
turn.
move it up if you want. That's up to like basically however you want to.
Well, if we're not, well, this is, I guess, where the confusion lies. So if they're able to move up, then we should be moving up. Then we should have, kind of a rolling thing. But if we want to pretend that, like, everybody's moving the same speed, then everybody should just be leaving their tokens alone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I didn't want to overcomplicate the situation because it's the same reason why I'll cut this part out. But it's the same reason why it's hard to do like verticality type of fights, because if you get too into making everything realistic, then there's going to be 4 sub rules for every action you try to do. So as a base, I just make it so the only things that would take you permanently out of the map, since everybody's technically moving in this chase, would be like being grappled or prone, and in which case you're off of the map if you don't like make a dex check to like catch yourself. But as far as movement on the map goes, it works as normal.
Okie dokie. Then I guess I will move up over here.
I just have the civilian carts and supply carts move at near instead of double near like the horses, just because like theoretically speaking they would be slower, but it's not like slow enough to be like off of the map. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that is my turn.
All right, cool. This is an experimental thing, so I don't want to make it seem like I'll definitely
No,
have
you're
to
good. Everything's
tweak
cool.
this and all that. So I think the Flynn sees his opportunity for carnage disappearing, so he's gonna ignore this guard and move over, dashing straight towards the individual who cast him with that disgusting holy light. He's gonna make some attacks towards you, Brother Anton.
No.
AC is 15.
Let's see here.
Dog's under my bed whining because the cat is laying under the bed, but she's blocking his way out, so he's mad at her.
Yep.
All right,
Sounds like
so
a cat.
the Flint is very much in the single digits, so there's a specific feature that he has called Bloodthirst. Ordinarily, he gets a +1 to attack and damage rolls for gnolls within near distance of him, which I definitely forgot on the previous turn, but either way. He gains this bonus when he's at half health or lower, so I'm just giving reference, but he's going to make his 2 attacks. What is your AC, Brother Anton?
15.
15, so he does hit with both. He's gonna use 2 flails of savagery, so I'm gonna ask you for 2 DC 12 wisdom checks. And you take a total of, so that's 5 plus 6.
Not, double 8s.
That's 11 damage to your person, as he is going to use the flail of savagery. So you see this skull has an abyssal rune on it that just fills you with feelings of just like berserker levels of rage. He slams it into your chest twice, drawing tons of blood. And yeah, on a failure, you see nothing but red. Whoever your worst enemy is, like Brother Anton's worst enemy he's ever encountered, you look around at your fellow players. I think that would just be honestly a civilian, since Flinderkin is hiding inside of a chest, right?
Yeah, well, he's basically hiding along the seams of the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
It would be Wilbur.
Wilbur's hiding. You told him to hide away, so he's not like in this fight unless I specifically bring him out or something. But it would be either a civilian or Flinderkin, so it's you come up with whichever one you would.
So it makes me hostile towards my allies.
Yeah, your next turn you're gonna attack the nearest creature. So it's whatever would make sense. Either a civilian or or Flinderkin himself. But you see nothing but red.
All right.
Let me see here. The Lucrata is going to. Oh wait, I didn't have the guards attack, did I? That might change some things. So let me just do that real quick. I'm a little bit disjointed, sorry. Let me see here. There's only 3 guards. Yeah, so this guard would have just made a spear attack to the Lucrata, and I'll have him move over here. The guards are smart, so they're going to attack the mounts first, but this one can't. He's just going to go attack the... Would you have shouted out, like, attack the wheels and everything, Brother Anton?
Yes.
Okay, so this guard is going to run over and try to do so. So I'm going to make their roll. These are just a series of spear attacks. 18. Did I not type in the damage? Holy shit, okay.
Good job, Mr. Guard.
This one spears through.
That's the real beast of burden.
Yeah, this guard
in
down
the
here.
Shadowdark.
The new main character.
Yeah, this guard.
I'm gonna mute myself for a second and get the cat out of the way so the dog can get out. He's driving me nuts.
You're all good. Yeah, this guard spears through this Lucrata, dealing it 6 damage. This other one also deals 6 damage to this Lucrata as he stabs it to the midsection. And this...
And the 4 horse attacks. Reach hoof.
So they all take 6 damage. They're still up though, so I just wanted to make sure they might have killed it. But, wait, that's 6 damage to one of the wheels. So let me do that as well.
And a tail whip.
No tail whip. You're trying to get me.
Wheels? Yeah.
Yeah, so the other guard stabbed through the Lucratas in front of them, and this other guard rides up towards one of the wheels of this Gorge Basher and breaks it a little bit, so it's lower HP. Alrighty then. So let me do the Lucratas real quick. It's 16 for 4. This guard valiantly fought one-on-one with this Lucrata in the knoll, but he is torn off of his mount with a sickening sound of flesh tearing as it bites him in the throat. This one had attacked the horse, so it's 4 damage to that.
Since I'm going to be enraged next turn, I have a +1 to my attack rolls, and I have a spear that does 1d8. Can you just control my character for me while I take the dog out?
Yeah, that's fine. What's your +2? Okay. He's trying to take the guilt away from himself.
He's on autopilot.
Yeah, so this the Gorge Basher is just gonna use its movement to dash past. It's definitely within double near. So this is where things start to get a little bit dicey. Let me see here.
And so Captain Knuckles there, he's been stationary this entire time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him make an attack after this because his prime objective was to keep it as far away as possible. But now that it seems like he needs to engage, I'm probably gonna have him actually hand the reins over to somebody else in the cart and get on like the horse, that sort of situation, like a civilian essentially.
Also, for it to make sense, you could have the Gorger just move triple near instead, so he can actually like catch any of us. Like he's that fast.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't want to get like hung up on the minutia of this stuff. It's just map movement, that sort of thing. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Let me see here. So I'm gonna have the Gorge Basher make its attacks first. It's gonna make 2 bash attacks. It is rolling high. So here's the situation. 13 higher. Okay, so I wanted to try to like play around with the idea, but Captain Knuckle is good enough at like steering horses. This is like what he's done for his entire life. The cart it's not necessarily going to get destroyed, but every time the cart is hit, I'm going to be making a d20 roll, and if I get higher than, I believe I had it at a 14, then the ration die steps down by a step. So right now it's at a d20, but essentially what they're trying to do, you can tell that this is a coordinated attack. They're trying to attack like supplies and everything. Military strategy wise, it's like even if they get away, we're gonna like make it so they like we starve them out, that sort of thing. So let me roll 2d20. It's a 5 and a 7. So the cart kind of like shakes on its wheels and everything, but Captain Nova was able to kind of steer it out of the way a little bit. Supplies getting destroyed. I'm just gonna have Captain Knuckle make his attacks real quick. A 19 hits. He's definitely not close enough to the wheels, so he does 3 damage to the Gorge Basher as he swings around his flail. That would be the
Did
villains.
we win?
So that's round 3. Everybody.
Oh my god,
wants
the
to roll
big
initiative?
monster.
We have won the game.
I can roll it
Reference.
this
All you need to
time.
do is get the HP down on one of those wheels, and this encounter is pretty much done for after you get rid of the minions in the Flint.
Is it?
No, there's gonna be more.
Is it back around to?
Yeah.
Oh
it is
yeah, you
round
rolled
3
D6.
now. I'm about to roll.
Did you do my turn already or no?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We're just starting.
We're just starting a new
initiative.
round. Yeah.
Oh,
Re-roll Anthony.
yes,
I
of
also got a
course.
3.
A 5. I'm
guys keep winning
very
initiative.
angry. I'm going to take my turn first because I'm going to turn around and look at who's in the cart with me.
Do you want to
Who's in the
roll
cart
a?
with
Once
you?
in my room.
You want
And
to
whack a
roll a?
mole.
You want to roll a d4, on a 1 or a 2, Flingerkin on a 2 through or on a 3 through 4. That's a civilian.
Oh no, it's a civilian.
One of the
Fuck
civilians, yeah, cowering in fear. You're
I just turn around and I see them as, I don't know, I see them as a demon or something, and I just lunge. Oh my god, it's a nat 20. Come on, man.
Yep,
that's
that's how it goes sometimes.
That's not fair. Alright, roll 2d8. I do 6 damage to some poor peasant that's in the
Solid
cart.
damage. Solid damage.
Bloomberg citizen cowers in fear as you lunge towards him and kill him. for reference for Flindrican, just to make it clear, Brother Anton is clearly being controlled by like some sort of abyssal magic. It's his eyes literally have turned red.
Gee whiz.
Right. You have to do what you have to do. Push me out of the cart.
It was only for one turn, this effect, so you're clear after this.
I mean, oh, he's clear after killing. Okay.
Yeah, the red starts to like dissipate from his eyes, that sort of thing.
All right. Next time I'm gonna do something interesting.
Well, up to you if you want to go. I got something that I can do right now, but if you want to go first, Flinter can go for it.
No, I mean just like if you go fucking all crazy again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have a contingency for that.
Speaking of contingencies...
Oh, hold on. You killed one of the people, right?
I did, sadly.
That's perfect, actually, for me.
My character's gonna have to retire now.
That's fortunate for me. Where's my... Right, because...
Blood splatters on the kid's face. Willem.
Yeah, I'm about to describe at the end of the round everything, but I wanted to get you
because
guys' turn.
Or okay.
We work for Romlot now, Willem.
Well, did I miss something because of the music, or do I have less HP again? Oh no, that's Anton. Okay, never mind. It's just my token being weird. Okay.
Oh, it's because you haven't filled out the thing.
I did fill it out.
It's both like numbers only. I'll explain afterwards, but it's not a big deal. I got it.
All right, cool. I just had a little heart attack there.
Yeah,
It's like, huh? Why am I so low? All right. Well, in that case, I can't really do anything with the corpse yet. I'll smack the flint again. Whatevs.
The flint is low health, so you could kill him.
Yeah.
Much you do.
Well, we'll figure that out, won't we? 21.
21 hits for
Ooh,
sure.
hell yeah.
Dude, I'm only rolling great. That's a hit, right? 2 damage.
Uh-oh.
2 damage. The flint has something that rhymes with 4 health left.
I was just about to say a word that you cannot upload.
More health.
More health.
The flint, they hit hard, but they're glass cannons. I thought that made sense for like a null.
Yeah. Oh no.
Alright, so for myself, I'm gonna pass the reins to the guard that's in here with me. Here, take the reins, move it close to Captain Knuckle. And we're going to approach right up next to it. And then I will go into tree shape. Time to get real druidy about it. And I get to roll it at advantage because that was the talent that I rolled. 10 total? I guess I don't. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Boop. Okay, that's my turn.
You can turn into a tree ant?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was trying to fill out the rest of it, but I will link what it does in chat. Whoever's up next.
All right. Well,
holy shnikes.
Let's see
Dang
here.
it. And this is the artwork that I was gonna use for it.
Oh, that's cool. Wow.
Yeah, you try to cast this spell, and for whatever reason, your magic, it's just hard for you to collect the proper arcane signature for the spell. I think, is that all the heroes? I'm about to do...
No, we've got Bubsy.
Relthar,
It's a
what is he
very
doing?
strong 3rd level spell. I'm excited to actually get this off someday.
There's nothing I can really do. I just move the cards.
If you move the cart within near, you hit your dagger, you can throw it within near since it flies, it teleports back to you, if I'm not mistaken.
The dagger teleports back to me?
I know I sent you this stuff. Let me see. I wasn't sure if you had put it in your character sheet when I sent it.
This is the only class in the game that can attack twice, then.
Yep.
Yo, that's
It's the
crazy.
one thing that Kelsey was like, I'm making an exception.
It's
That's
broken.
That's pretty crazy.
It's broken.
And it's a D12 too.
All right.
Holy shit.
That's pretty messed up.
Yeah, it's fucking nasty.
Awesome.
I just pinged it in the
Oh
Discord.
yeah, it does.
for you.
Yeah, it says command to fly to your hand by using an action. Okay. All right, so I can attack with an action, and the next action I call it back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so can I move one of these guys in range? Move the to.
You want to move the cart?
Is that all right?
Oh yeah, did it lag out for me? Yeah, I was saying you can move the cart to get within
Okay,
there.
so then if that's the case, I will use my magic dagger to throw at the flind, not the
Okay.
flinder.
Yeah, I'll just move you a little bit right here. And to clarify, when a missed ranged attack, the weapon returns to the thrower, but you can also command it to fly to your hand by using an action, that sort of thing. But it's a
great.
+1 magical weapon.
Okay, that gives me a yell out for Shun's sake, and I miss.
Yeah, we're all. I only
For
hit.
the love of
not-
Shun!
Not hot rolls to start off, but it's I feel like this is karma for you guys as dominating like the first I think 3 combat encounters for this quest. So I don't feel bad. At the end of the hero's turn, I think
My
knowing.
character has just been destroyed mentally and emotionally.
Oh yeah, I bet. This guard is valiantly going to try to finish the job and dash forward on his horse, and he's just gonna make. Let me actually move the guards first before I get ahead of myself. The other unmanned horses by this point have like ran off just in fright and stuff, but yeah, I think these 2 guards are gonna hang back just to try to hold the line as long as they can. So I'm gonna have them make their spear attack. For some reason, the heroes are having low
Wow.
rolls, but the guards are like rolling nat 20s left and right.
Fuck yeah, guards!
Go ahead, Jonathan. Ask yourself, how do
Jonathan.
you
Play
want to
with
do
yourself.
this? Yeah.
They were just supposed to be support. That's the funniest part about this. Yeah, so this Gnoll gets stabbed off with the nat 20. They are bolstered by
It's okay. This is your OC. We're just here to witness it.
they literally have
Just
a
kidding.
+1. I don't know. Yeah, so that's a 7 damage, which I think really kills both the Lucrata, and so this Gnoll is out of it. Let me see here. And that's a nat 20 for 7 damage. 7 damage to the wheel. One of the wheels is on rickety joints, so to speak. I'm not like a tech person, so I don't know the technicalities, but it looks like one solid hit to the Gorge Basher's wheel, and it'll be out of this combat as one of his wheels will be broken. But yeah, I think that is the guards. The other Gnoll's Lucrata gets killed, so he just like falls off and is just rolling on the ground. And Captain Knuckles just gonna make. Let's see here. He can't really reach the wheel from his angle, so I'm just gonna have him make 2 flail attacks towards the. Jesus Christ. That is 9 damage, and is that 12 damage? All right, yeah. So Captain Knuckle just unleashes with a like monstrous roar as he lets off two solid hits with his flail against this gorge basher, and it cracks some of like the bone protrusion like section on this gorge basher's skull. So it also is like fairly low health if you guys wanted to attack that on your next turns. But
What if I spend my turn groveling because I've just killed an innocent person? Do I get a luck token?
um
Do I get pity
no.
points?
If you spend your turn actually like in like genuine like religious anguish, I will give you a luck token for playing into that because you were giving up a full turn of combat.
That's what he's gonna do. He,
Uh,
this is very bad for my character to have just killed somebody like that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after the combat for sure. That's gonna get brought up. But for now, the Flint is going to. Let me see here. I think the Flint is going to make another 2 attacks towards. I'll just have it decide. Same sort of deal as before on a 1 through 2 Flindrican, on a 3 through 4 Brother Anton. Brother Anton is going to be getting attacked by this Flint here.
Oh. More insanity. Well, 18 hits.
He's going to choose to reduce your AC by 1 until you receive magical healing. So just mark it on your sheet. It's down to 12 as you just feel this heavy sort of weight settle in your body as this abyssal magic courses through.
It would be 14 because I have a 15 AC.
A 15 AC? Okay, all right.
I
Well,
have a shield. Let's just give it me +2.
yeah, you're right. I probably should have added that in. So in that case, you only get hit once. You take 3 damage.
My AC still goes down?
Well, it'll go down to 14. Because if your AC was 15 before, then it would go down to 14.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I take 3 damage.
Yeah.
I'm at 18 hit points.
Cool. So, I think that is. Oh no, the Gore Basher has to make his 2 attacks. Let me see. What AC did I give this thing? 16. Okay. So, only one of those hits. Just barely. So yeah, no, your supplies are still holding strong as the supply cart rocks. That is going to be the end of round 3, start of round 4. I'll just say
We
these.
roll.
Yeah, these blue crawders in the back are out as they're going to try to just feast on the corpses along the ground and everything.
Crap.
Yeah. This one might try to stay in the fray. He is close enough, so. Yeah, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Alright, let's go.
Oh, hold on.
Who's rolling?
I can roll.
I got a 4.
Yeah.
4. 6.
Ah!
Haha.
You're rolling well for initiative, at least, if that's any consolation.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's better than yesterday.
Hell yeah. Damn it! My tree farm isn't working! My Geet's sweet ass! I had already cast Instill on my
Your shillelagh.
shillelagh.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just gonna try to hit him with the club. My skin looks that of bark though. Because I don't know if you saw that in chat. Once I saw that we were like getting into shit, I rolled Instilled and burnt. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I know that's your stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's my shit. Well, you know, that would be a 6. I accidentally rolled it at advantage. Doesn't matter. I miss terribly, and that is my turn.
All right. Let me see here. Yeah, you did just kind of start learning from Brother Anton martial combat and stuff. But yeah, you're trying to hit a solid wall of bone and everything. So
Yep.
it kind of
I don't know if I have
breaks off.
access to one of its wheels, but that's probably what would have tried to target if Brother Anton yelled that out to everybody.
That's the reason why I didn't have. It's the same reason why I didn't have Captain Knuckle attack the wheel. You would kind of have to be on horseback. You could use your movement to just, dismount one of the horses, that sort of thing, or like, you know what I'm trying to say? You could use a ranging attack. It's like you're on a
like
cart.
take them. It's okay. I'll sit there. Maybe I'll get killed. Doesn't matter. Ugh.
You could hit with a magic
At least
missile
the
as well,
supplies will live.
Yeah.
All right, Anton.
Yes. Yes.
Or first, quick question: what does this cart we're in hold, except for civilians?
Loose supplies, like some of their belongings that they were able to scrounge, or
Like
some
anything very important?
Yeah, I would say so they took some important things that they could take.
No, I don't care about what their belongings, like something that's important for survival, like immediate importance.
Well, what are you looking for specifically?
No, just like supplies that would be like super duper important for them.
Yeah,
like food,
yeah, they would have something like that
or whatever, right? That we couldn't do without, right? Or does the supply cart have enough to keep them alive for a while?
This isn't the main supply cart. If you're worried about taking something,
No, I'm talking about the big one, right? So the big one has enough supplies, right?
Yeah, the big one is your D20 of like rations for the caravan. Yeah, I thought you meant the one that you were currently standing in, not the.
Yeah, I'm asking like if the one we're standing in has anything as important as that one.
No, not as important.
All right. So it's technically, well, use a consumable. Let's call it that. The cart is a consumable. I'd look to Anton. And how many civilians do I have in this cart?
There is
Before
one other
you do
civilian
anything with
and
me,
Wilbur.
if you're trying to like buff my character or something, I'm about to waste my entire turn.
I'm not gonna buff
nothing.
you.
Okay.
How many siblings are there in this cart?
Technically 2, since there's Wilbur that's like hiding away in like one of like the crevices, and then there's one other civilian cowering in fear.
So random civilian and Wilbur,
Yeah.
sidekick. All right.
It's gonna eat the child or something crazy.
No, I haven't taken damage yet.
Sacrifice the child to save the caravan. It must be done.
And what does do you want to act first? Maybe I should
yes,
act first. All right,
because
go
I'm
ahead.
gonna do my turn's gonna be quick.
All right, go ahead.
As my spear is in the person, as their life is leaving their body, and this demonic influence fades over me, Anton stares at what he's done. He pulls the spear out of the person as their body just flops to the ground as they just let out the last few gasps of air. Anton looks down at his spear and he drops it on the ground, and he stumbles backwards into the wall of the carriage, and he just slides down and essentially gets into like a partial fetal position and just stares at his hands and wastes his turn doing that.
Oh my god.
He did just kill an innocent civilian.
Yes, but Flindrikin doesn't really care too much
My
about
character does
A
that.
deep sigh.
He's more disappointed that he isn't doing anything he can to survive.
Brother Anton, we're not angry. We're just disappointed with you.
Yeah,
There can only
that's
be
like
one
more
edgelord.
disappointment.
Playing my character.
No, good
I
argument.
mean, it makes sense, honestly. It's like if you found
Yeah,
out
you know, it
it's
totally
horrible,
does.
someone-
It
terrible
makes sense
for
for
him.
Anton,
It's
but
terrible
for
him.
Flindrikin,
His whole thing
kind
is
of miffed
protecting
about that. It kind of
people.
annoys him.
No,
So he's gonna I'm gonna grab Anton by the hand, like by his arm, and I'm gonna also take Wilbur and the other civilian. I'm gonna push them to the front where the seat is. There's like usually like this window, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I make them sit on the front. I sit the two civilians on the right horse, on the horse on the right side, and I'm gonna throw my rope with my.
This guy and his fucking ropes.
I
man.
love ropes. Ropes are the most versatile items in the entire game. Okay,
Yeah, well, you
with my
always do
grappling
stuff
hook,
with ropes.
because it's awesome. But this is
Yeah, it's funny.
yeah, it
Becoming
just
your thing.
happens. It just happens to be useful. Either way, I'm gonna throw my rope with my grappling hook onto the supply cart, and I guess we're like fast enough to like drag ourselves towards the supply cart, right? Like we're basically the horses are laying it, right?
You could always use your movement to direct the horse cart forwards, like just move.
No, I don't
distance
want to
move.
do. I mean,
Are you trying to like
guess.
grapple hook your like Spider-Man pull your like yourself and the civilians to like the supply cart?
Yesn't. So
Okay, go ahead
All
and
right.
explain to me.
either way, what the plan's gonna be is I want to remove the right horse so the cart starts steering left into the gore basher and slamming into its wheels, disintegrating and just stopping it in its tracks. And maybe the flint hits it in the back as well. Like, yeah.
So from what I'm understanding, like the series of events, you hook a rope onto the main supply cart with Captain Knuckle in it and everything.
Yeah. And I
And
get the
before you-
civilians onto the horse so they can kind of escape.
Uh-huh.
And and I'm gonna remove the right horse, so the left horse pulls and it goes into the side. And at that point, I'm gonna grab Anton, grab onto the rope, and pull ourselves onto the rope, onto the supply cart. That's basically what I'm trying to do. Or I tell
Okay,
them to
I'm
remove
gonna-
the horse. I mean, they can untie
I'll
it
let you do
themselves.
one of those things for free as a move act, other than like the pulling yourself part. I'll let you do one of those things as a move action because that's like basically three separate things going on at once on your.
Yeah,
your
I think I can formulate it in a cheaper variant.
I'm probably gonna end up. My character's kind of like in shock right now, so I'm.
Yeah,
my character
I'm just
would do
dragging
anything.
you by force. I'm just gonna drive the cart here, right?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna jump over with Anton to the supply cart, and I'm gonna tell Wilbur to untie the horse they're sitting on, the one on the right side, in hopes that it basically steers left and smashes to the gore basher and blocks the flint behind us, or the centaur.
Yeah, the civilians will follow behind you until that one's fine because if you're close enough, that's why I said the map. Don't like think about it too heavily. that
Yeah,
sort
it
of
makes
thing.
more sense.
It's close. You can like ride up either next to it or close enough
Yeah.
to just hop onto the next onto the supply cart.
Yeah,
and all
I
that
don't
sort
need
of
the
stuff.
road there.
Yeah, it was going to be a lot more complicated if you tried to like,
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Pull
I wanted
yourself.
to
That was gonna be a
Spider-Man
strength-
it, but it makes
That was going to
less
be a
sense.
strength check to pull both yourself and
Yeah, no.
another person. But
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm just gonna have Wilbur probably make a. Honestly, I think he's in shock. So I'm just gonna have him make a D20 roll to see if he can untie the ropes on the front well enough. I'll call this a normal DC 12 since he is a child.
Doesn't he have a knife?
Yeah, but I guess he could take it. Yeah, I won't complicate it. He can just take the dagger and cut it. You kind of have to instruct him a little bit because his hands are shaking.
Yeah. Should I do a charisma check for that? To keep him calm?
Matter of fact, yeah, I like to add some
With your horrific
unpredictability.
form.
You
that
probably
you
want
have.
me to do like some kind of
Yeah,
check
I
for
want to
that,
because
right?
there is a demon spawn hell like siege engine right next to him, and he's 10 years old. So go ahead and make me
Yeah.
a charisma check. I'll call this a DC 13. On a success, no roll is necessary for Wilbur. On a fail, he will have to make a roll to if he can
All right.
stomach, you know.
Well, this is not gonna be too easy, but I'll try. 19.
19.
I look hideous, but I'm friendly.
Nice.
Something about how calm you are with the situation. Maybe not calm, but something about how you're not like horrified by the situation steadies Wilbur in the moment as he's like glancing over to Brother Anton. He steels himself and he reaches out and he's crying while this is happening as like
That's fine.
this siege engine that smells like gore is right next to him, but he cuts the rope and I'll just deal a d10 to this gorge basher as the horse veers off to the side. That's 5 damage, so the gorge basher is barely hanging on, like he is literally he also has something that rhymes with 4 health for reference. But I think is that everybody or is who hasn't gone? I know Relthar hasn't.
Yeah, I
I
haven't.
think that's it. I think it's just Mubs.
Yeah. Yep. So I continue to move the cart with movement, and I'll take another shot with my flying dagger at, I guess the Fendirs down to 4, and you say this one's kind of low too?
Both of them are extremely low. I didn't expect
Right.
it to get this point.
Can I reach the Gorge Basher?
Gore basher, yeah, you should be able to maneuver it within near. So you probably have to move it up just a little bit. Are you aiming for the wheel or the
He
gorge?
honks the horn as he
Or the
comes
gore basher.
barreling in.
The
Beep,
Gorge
beep.
Basher. All right, I'll throw it at the Gorge Basher. It's a bigger, closer threat.
All right,
Get in. Does a 14 hit?
a 14 just barely misses. It clinks off of the like cast iron sections, like fused to its flesh.
Okay, that's me.
It has a 15 AC, so I literally just missed it by 1.
Just to be clear, so we're sacrificing the civilians on this cart here. That's our.
No, they're dead.
What? I thought they would have followed behind you if it's close enough for
No,
you to
there's
hop off.
only one of them died. Like the rest of them should be all there, right?
Yeah, the other one. There was 2 on the cart. Brother Anton killed one, and the other one followed behind Flindrikin as well as Wilbur. So the cart itself is gone though, as it just like slams into the gore basher. All right, let's see if the real MVPs of the combat, the guard can clear this.
Come on, main characters.
This guy is just
Got
gonna
this.
move as far as he can forwards. I guess he'll try to attack the Flynn, because why not? These 2 are just going to make some attacks towards the Flynn, and this one is going to make an attack towards the wheel. Let us see here.
End it. Throw it into the fire.
1 spear attack. A 13, the guard's luck is starting to run out. As that does hit the Flynn, thankfully. So let me see how much damage the Flynn takes. That's 6 damage. So as the Flynn has like been like flailing around, like knocking people off, their horses throughout this combat and attacking Brother Anton and stuff. The 2 guards ride up on either side of him, flank him, and spear him through the chest on both sides.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
As he falls limply off of the centaur. And the centaur, finally free of its master, will essentially just lie down on the ground and accept his death from like the gnolls that are like riding in the distance and everything. Eventually they will get to him and feast on his body.
Boy.
Sucks for him.
Yeah, the guard up
Sounds
top.
like he's a real beast of burden, huh?
Title drop.
He said the thing.
Yeah, this guard does miss the wheel, just barely. So I think that is. Oh, Captain Knuckle can still try to kill this Gorge Basher.
Before it eats my character. Holy shit.
Two
he's got a
21s.
+4.
Yeah.
Damn, Knuckles.
And
Yeah, I
he
just
does
gave him. I
9
just gave him.
damage every time.
I just gave him a slightly
Holy
weaker. I gave him a slightly weaker version of the Knight stat block, just because that I feel like that made sense for his character.
Ah, makes sense.
Yeah. So that is 9 damage as the exposed section of the bone sort of like protrusions on this Gorge Basher's head had already been cracked open by Captain Knuckle. He takes another spinning of the flail and roars out as he lands the flail into its exposed brain matter. And it twitches violently for a second before it stops moving.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
Good job, NPCs. Thanks for wrapping it up.
I didn't know how the
One
encounter was
thing.
going to go, so I didn't know
I
if he...
killed an NPC ally.
That's dice games for you. You know.
Yeah. Indeed. Well, let me see here. One second. So to narrate as this combat finishes, so you guys were able to. This was just the section of like the Gnolls that were able to catch up to you guys. The rest of them are still chasing by, but they're far enough in the distance that it's not immediate combat. But you guys have to keep moving. As you're riding, you eventually get to a wide open, like forested area. Captain Knuckle says this leads to the direct path towards the Temple of Madeira, like the section he remembers. So you guys are you're making your way through, dashing through the trees. Occasionally, spears launch past you as the Gnolls are trying to kill you guys however they can. But you're able to gain your distance. And an interesting thing happens as you guys are making your escape.
We explode.
Give me 1 second.
Rocks fall, you all die.
Continuously combust.
Eventually, you guys are able to slow down, but Captain Knuckle does inform you guys as the rest of the groups kind of like reconvene and everything. The other two squads. He says you guys definitely have to keep moving, as you know, there's no telling how far the Gnolls are on your tail.
I think we got to check in here too, because we just had a new player come in and sacrifice our supply train for no reason, and then we had our brother Anton's shaken to
Oh
the
yeah,
core. So
you're gonna have
we need to stop and talk about these things.
Yeah, you're just gaining your distance so to be comfortable enough to rest and everything. But let me see here real quick. You guys are at a pretty fast pace, making your way either on horseback or walking, whichever your characters will be doing. Um, Villagers are just like in a state of extreme shock or just like sobbing to each other. Some of them are throwing up just from the things they've seen. As like Gnolls are horrifying. They're like usually covered in viscera and all that sort of stuff. And but as wheels are creaking and boots are sinking into damp, unfamiliar earth, I'll say both Fendal and Flindrican, because you both are attuned to the Feywilds, as you guys cross over a like small stream, like a stream of dark water, you almost feel a wave of like familiar energy wash over you. Like I
Familiar
said,
good or familiar bad?
familiar in a sense that it feels like an innate it's almost like being home, that sort of sense, like, oh yeah, this feels like home. You immediately tell Fendal, you being an elf, and Flindrican, you being infused with Feywild energy, you feel the familiar energy of the Feywild as nothing feels wrong at first, but the miserable stretch of road that led out past the stream shifts and changes before your eyes. And the first thing you guys register as you look at this new sort of area just like unfamiliar terrain, is the sky. The sky is a dull, sort of like faded blue, but you see the clouds, they're not drifting, they're still in the air, kind of like a painting. All of the clouds are a deep, suffocating gray, and they're rippling like the surface of disturbed water, just stretching across the heavens. And at the center of this sky hangs a sun, but it's not shining a yellow or a white like our usual sun in the real world. It's shining a harsh silver color, just like this luminous orb that casts light without warmth. And orbiting this sun are three vast rings of what appears to be like drifting sand, like particles. You guys hear the villagers like murmuring to each other at this like picturesque sort of like environment, and you recognize that the colors of like the three rings around the sun are different colors based upon the person's perception. So whatever, I'd probably say the most dominant three emotions in the caravan right now are sadness, fear, some anger. Whatever those three colors represent to you guys is like the color of each of those rings. So if you think fear is associated with purple, one of the rings is purple, that sort of thing, like, and so on and so forth. I'll probably say the most awe-inspiring aspect of this sky that you see is the stars, though. It shouldn't be visible during the day, this bright outside, but you see thousands, uncountable numbers of stars that burn brighter than any night sky you've ever seen. They shimmer and pulse and almost seem to call to you. And I'm going to need a charisma check real quick.
From everyone?
So before we get too far along, are we going to do a role-playing opportunity for?
Yeah, that's what I'm just describing. You guys, like where you guys are camping. You guys are getting into like a Fey sort of type of area.
That would be 7.
But does anybody else want to talk about this, or we're just skipping over it?
I mean, you're about to rest right now. I was just describing you got to a new area.
Yeah, but before we get to a new area,
yeah, you can RP for real quick before you would have seen that.
If nobody else wants this one.
Well, my character, he's pretty much going to be slumped in a corner, covered in his own blood and somebody else's, just like staring at his hands, unable to speak for the time being.
I guess we kind of backtrack a little bit before you see this site of like the new area you're in, as you guys would have been walking. Let me turn this down just a little bit.
Flindercrin would look if the kid survived. He seems promising.
Yeah, Wilbur right now, this would have been before you get to like the area, like I said, just a silent walk. Wilbur right now is kind of just trailing next to Brother Anton. He's also shaking and has like a bewildered look on his face, but he has his hand on. He's trying to like comfort Brother Anton however he can, but he doesn't know what to say.
Then I will bow down to him. Actually, Flindercrin will adapt to his size. Yeah, he won't bow down. And tell him, you did well. Let me look after this man for you. Go and rest. He kind of ushers him inside the cart.
You see he looks very nervous as you like. I imagine, I don't know how your transformation looks to other people, like when you
he shrinks basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's like is it like accompanied by the sound of like bones popping, that sort of thing? Like, is there like
it makes some sounds, like slinking sounds, like but like nothing too extreme.
Okay, yeah. He looks like frightened at that, as obviously he's never seen anything like this before. But he takes another look at Brother Anton. before he goes into the supply cart, like Flinder him suggested him to, what is Brother Anton thinking, and like would he be communicating anything to Wilbur as Wilbur looks up at you with like extreme concern in your eyes?
He wouldn't even be making eye contact. His hair would be like kind of draped over his face, like his messy, kind of frizzy, some kind of like dreads, but like long, past the shoulder length hair, and he's just looking down at the ground. He's just completely beside himself. He like hears Wilbur trying to talk to him, but like it just is like he just doesn't. He's not registering anything.
Yeah, everything is just muffled for him.
Yeah.
So Flinikrin will grab some food and like kind of sit down. He will go back to his original size, sit down next to Brother Anton, and offer him some food first.
Yeah.
And he'll just put it in his hands. Like, not forcefully, but, you know, with purpose.
Did we stop? Like, we stopped all the carts. I thought we were moving on the carts.
The
still.
carts are still moving, yeah.
Yeah, you're still. It's like a slow move at this point because you've gotten far enough away. But the objective is still us. We're not going to like fully stop until he's like.
Okay,
Captain Up was
that's
fully
where I wanted to
satisfied.
jump in. So
Yeah.
Relvar doesn't want to leave behind supplies or the carts or anything, so he will stop his cart and head back and say, "You need to come back and fix this problem. Broke our cart, should come back and try to fix it." He's talking to Finneran.
Yeah, Knuckle would like definitely be on the same page as you with that. Just assessing the damage. None of the I was just making some rolls while I was setting some stuff up, but none of the other supply carts. Brother Edrin was obviously leading the other one of the other squads, and so was Walt Ashhat Fisk. So none of the main supply carts are damaged. Only 3 civilians. So in total, out of the 23 civilians that you guys are like escorting with you, 19 are left.
Yeah, so I figured we packed all these civilians as much as we can out of the town,
Yeah.
right? So they're all, each cart has a maximum amount. So if we moved somebody to another cart, we'll need to get that cart back in operation to get the people back on it. So
Well, the one that
let's get some players to come back and fix these carts.
yeah, the one that Flindrican sacrificed was one of the Bloomberg residents' personal cart, that sort of thing. It's still that's like way farther back, but it's not a key cart, is what I'm trying to say. Like you didn't lose anything essential.
Oh, so we just have these extra carts with nothing in them.
Well, each
There
of
was
the
3 people in the cart, basically.
Don't those 3 people need a cart to be traveling with us?
2 of them were dead. No, one was dead,
Let me ask
and
the
the
GM real
2...
Jonathan, do the civilians we were traveling with, since we maximized the carts with people in them, don't we need those carts?
I mean, yeah, I don't have an exact number of how many civilians have carts, but most of them have carts because it was a merchant town. Like it was a trading town. So most of the people that stayed in Bloomberg were merchants. So it's not like there's no logistical issue with losing one cart.
Oh, okay.
Because that was like a personal. Now, if you lost one of the main supply carts, that would be bad. But yeah, that was you just lost a civilian cart essentially.
Also, I think narrative-wise, we're like pretty close to our destination, so even if they have to walk the last few miles, probably shouldn't be too big of an issue. I agree with where you're coming at Relthar, though. If we were like still actively being chased by Gnolls.
Yeah, if we don't need these carts and there's no people in the carts, then yeah, I wouldn't go back and do all this stuff. But
yeah,
my understanding from the last time we did this, we packed all these carts full of people, and there was like we were leaving people behind because there wasn't enough room. But now it sounds like we just didn't put any people in the carts.
Well, no, the people left like it's who had the ability to actually like leave that sort of thing. Some people would have gotten on carts, but it's chaos because the city was just attacked suddenly. So that's the whole purpose behind last session when you guys were holding out for 8 rounds was how many people could successfully get out of the city because there were Gnolls actively attacking.
Yeah. So
There's
we
no
weren't putting people. Okay.
yeah.
All right, my misunderstanding.
Some
Okay, so
people
no, then we'll not turn around and I'll just head on with the group.
Yeah, just to explain, I don't want to make it seem like it was like useless what you were like. It made sense to assess and everything, as you don't want to. Any lost card is a lost potential supply card if you needed to store something on it. So like it makes sense to assess. But yeah, some people will be sharing carts if possible, and most people have their own, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
This is like a caravan type situation, so it's like there's tons of them. When I say tons, I mean it's 19 people's worth, but you know what I mean. Yeah, is anybody else talking about anything in particular before you would have gone into the new area where you're going to?
Not really.
No. Though Brother Anton will not say anything at this point.
Yeah, Flinnikrin will talk to Anton when we get there.
I give Brother Anton this kind of, it almost looks like a reddish seed. I'm like, chew on this, it'll make you feel a little bit better. It's basically a beetle nut.
He just
it's a stimulant.
Right. He's had like two things placed in his hands. He kind of like fumbles the food around. Maybe he drops it, and then he clasps that thing that you put in his hand, and he just kind of holds it there.
Trust me, chew on it. It'll make you feel better.
Yeah, maybe he'll wait till you walk away, and then he'll put it in his mouth.
There we go. And it's almost kind of like pulpy and wood-like. It kind of has this kind of like peppery taste to it. And after like a minute or two, you would be like feeling a little bit more like awake, aware, kind of like caffeine in some ways, but slightly euphoric as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let me gather some tokens up real quick.
How dare you move me, sir? Nobody tosses an elf.
Let me see here.
Not the bed.
So,
I'm so sad my tree shape didn't work.
Yeah, that would have been a dope one to get off. But yeah, so
we're in the Feywild.
Well, way to spoil it. Now I gotta say it now. But either, like I was saying, the same scene as I described before, as we kind of fast forward past that moment where you guys were like slowly walking, that sort of deal. As you step past that strange stream of like dark water, and the space kind of almost seemed to like warp around you. All the things that I described before, the silver-colored sun, the rippling gray clouds, but most of all, those stars. So what did everybody get on that charisma check?
I got a 7.
I got an 8.
7, 8, 13. So Brother Anton, you're able to resist it. This isn't anything like major, but it is something to keep in mind.
Oh, fuck yeah.
As there's occasions where I will...
17.
There's occasions where I will ask where it might come up with certain environmental difficulties. But to everybody who rolled below a 12, as you look at these stars that are like mysteriously out in the middle of the day, brighter than any night sky, you almost feel a sense of longing just well up in your heart. Just a certainty that if you could just reach these stars and touch them, everything would make sense. You guys see a man in the caravan stops walking, not because he's marveling at the scene. You see he starts walking and starts like standing on top of rocks, but eventually that's not enough, and he starts trying to climb up a tree. You see a couple people in the caravan have to be like grabbed and stopped. Uh, I don't want to complicate things up with a roll since everybody's attentive and not enough people died for me to have to make one. But there are a couple people that have to be stopped in the caravan, including you guys, from uh, being compelled to reach the stars however you can. I'll say just for flavor effects, since you did lose a couple for the rolls I made for what happened to the other people in the other squads while you were being attacked by Gnolls. Um, I'll actually say one man in the caravan is able to get past his wife who's trying to like hold him back. He's like laughing softly to himself as he is like hand scraping bark crawling up the tree, but eventually his hand gives way as he tries to reach out towards the stars in a futile act. And he falls, his body hitting the ground with a sickening crack. And some people like scream, but eventually Captain Knuckle is able to like yell over the crowd, like just the hysteria, basically just like, don't look at the sky, whatever you do. The effect wears off you guys in a couple minutes, being like held down, that sort of thing. But yeah, it's just these enchanting sort of stars. So you guys are in kind of like a very kind of like gloomy forest, that sort of thing, with like thin, darkly colored trees that reach up high into the sky, at least like 100 feet. And Captain Knuckles says that assessing the situation is definitely necessary, so you'll be setting up camp for the night.
Is this close to the Temple of Madeira?
He looks a bit bewildered and asks you, I'll say just the party, everybody that was with him. He asks you guys to accompany him into a tent.
All right.
I think I would not be around anybody in this scenario. I think everybody would be in like a group of 3 and I would be off, like away from everybody.
I think on that note, Captain Knuckle will probably walk up to you, seeing that you're like distraught and everything.
He's more than distraught.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
dead.
just like,
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm definitely like underplaying a little bit, but yeah, he walks up to you
Game over, man.
and he says, I'm not gonna ask you to push it down or deny the horror of the situation, but if their blood is on your hands, make sure more doesn't get spilled. You see references to the rest of the caravan that still needs protection. He gives you like a knowing look in his eyes of like a warrior's understanding of like the horrors of battle and stuff, but the look in his eyes kind of says that you are the captain now and they need you more than ever, and vice versa.
He just looks up with his hair dangling down in his face with these like very tired eyes, and he just looks at Captain Knuckle, and he looks out to everybody else in the caravan, and he just says, "My hands are not built to spill the blood of the innocents. And yet I did. I broke my vow to my God in doing that."
Captain Knuckle kind of has You guys would also be present for, like, you guys would at least be near enough to walk in on the conversation if any of you guys would ever say anything to Brother Anton. But Captain Knuckle would look at you
Sure.
and be like, Anton, my hands have been covered in blood of innocence, tenfold and over. That's not going to stop me from all the night terrors that I have, all the cold sweats I wake up in, knowing that how many futures I ended. That never goes away, but these people aren't going away either. You might have broken your oath to your god. You're still alive to make another one.
Nor did you have any control over the situation. You were bewitched. You should not be blaming yourself. Blame the Gnolls. That's who did it.
Get the image out of my head. He was redeemed. He was to be saved. He was to leave that place and get away from the Gnolls, and I was the one who killed him. Now I don't even have my spear. He just can't stop looking at his hands when he speaks. And he keeps occasionally making fists until his knuckles go white, and then he lets go. He lets the blood run back into the palms of his hands. I need to pray. I need to pray and pay penance for what I've done.
Who is your god?
Saint Turagnus.
I feel like I should have to pay penance for this, like a mishap, like penance or something.
In character, it totally makes sense for Brother Anton to want to pay penance. The only reason why I wouldn't, as the DM, I'm not enforcing you to pay penance, is because it really was mind control. But it makes sense in character why he would feel like he is committed a cardinal sin, essentially.
Yeah. And,
Maybe we'll speak with the priests of Madeira. They could pass judgment.
So, Brother Anton goes off to pray. Captain Knuckle will usher you guys inside as you are a part of his squad, so he feels it pertinent that the most capable crawlers at the moment, as to explain to the audience as well. For the players that aren't here, I would imagine that there were plenty of injuries in the Gnoll attack as you guys were escaping, that sort of thing. So Calvin, I know, dislocated his shoulder in the last one, so there are people in medic tents, that sort of thing. But Captain Knuckle and the other two co-captains, along with you guys, go into a tent, and he lays out a map. You can see it's very roughly made, and he explains that back when he was it's a look of sorrow over his face, but he's back when he was a crawler along with Brother Adrin and Ash Hat, they had traveled to the Temple of Madeira at one point, this exact route. So he has a rough map of the distance. He says, as far as he knows, the distance should be somewhere between 1 and 2 days travel, but he brings up asking the elf and the strange magical I want to say humanoid, since he doesn't really know what you are specifically, but he says, on a more important note, this terrain, it looks familiar, but I saw some buildings that I recognize along the path, but the ecosystem, the wilderness itself has changed. Is this something you both are familiar with? To explain for your characters what you would know, this feels like the Feywild, but something about it feels off. Like I said, it feels like home because you have that familiar Feywild energy. To make it simple so I don't confuse you, it feels like
Alright.
you're somewhere in between the Feywild and the material plane. It has that grounded sort of nature of the material plane, but it's unmistakably Feywild energies warping about. But there's this almost
Kind of warped, basically.
there's almost this sinister sort of like just unease that is like at the back of your minds, as if this is like some sort of corrupted Feywild.
Corrupted Feywild,
Wait, I didn't put Relthar's token.
you say?
We walked
Like,
into
it's-
the Feywild, like
it's the
like
Feywild,
in
but
Warhammer when you walk into the Chaos Warp.
Kind of, sort of, but it's like it's the Feywild, but it feels wrong. Like there's something off with it. It feels like there's conflicting energies, and I'll this is just to add for like what your characters would say to Captain Knuckle as a response. Fendal, you investigated the hoof prints. Remember the blood that had the trifold nature of celestial, demonic, and fey?
Yeah, the black ichor.
That's what this whatever plane you guys have been to feels like.
Okay. And I was muted, but I was asking, would we be able to make a check to see kind of what may be corrupting it, why it feels so off?
Yeah, you can go ahead and make I'll say either a wisdom or intelligence check, whichever one you guys want to make.
Alright.
Kidoki.
Flindercrin specifically actually would be more towards this feels more home-ish to him than the actual Feywild.
It could be this might be one of the places that you might have.
It's more of a
yeah.
corrupted kind of deal he's been through, let's say.
All right.
More
Yeah.
mutated kind of.
And Findle's going to kind of try to look at it from more of like a Sherlock Holmes sort of thing, like kind of piecing all of the clues and evidence together in his head and from what he's seeing around him and try to come up with an idea.
Flinderkin will do it from the wisdom side. He's gonna take a look around. Does it change anything about him being a scout like his background being scout? Does it get anything to his
I'll probably
check?
say just like from having the scout background, you've just kind of been have like the muscle memory to memorize the environment around you. I don't know whether you would have gotten lost in this place in particular, and that's how
He's
you got
basically a
corrupted, or-
guy. He's basically a guy they would have sent into the Underdark, any place there is something wrong going on, and this is why he's changed into what he is now.
Well,
Brushed up with bad things too many times.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you can either make an intelligence or a wisdom check for
Alright.
sure. I'll say with scout, roll it with advantage.
All right.
Because environmental ecosystem sort of stuff is really what scouts are all about.
19.
19?
Yeah.
Okay, so Flinderkin, you're going for more of a innate feeling sort of vibe. And from what I gathered, Fendal is doing the Sherlock Holmes sort of thing. So I'll address
Yep,
Fendal.
20 on the intelligence for me.
Yeah, I'll address Fendal real quick. Relthar, you're attuned with the plane, so you can make one as well if you want.
Okay. Yeah. Lothar's going to be very uncomfortable with the whole thing and try to ask Findal to explain what's going on.
Okay.
But yeah, I do.
So- I will.
I know nothing.
That one.
No.
Yeah,
You know
so-
nothing, Jon Snow.
This is
Addressing
the best forest ever.
it depends upon what your definition of best is. But to address Findal's observations first, because I did misspeak just a couple seconds ago. So this is similar family, not the exact same thing sort of situation. So like I said, as a reference to the hoof prints that you analyzed outside of Bloomberg that had that trifold celestial, demonic, and fey nature. This has the telltale signs of the Feywild, but it's corrupted by the abyss. So for whatever reason that you can't ascertain, I don't know if this is a place that I don't know if you would have been to something like this before, but with a dirty 20, I'll say you would have heard from other druids that there's theories out there in terms of if demonic corruption corrupts a section of the material plane and the Feywild is a reflection of the material plane, what happens to the correlating location? Like if a city gets corrupted by demonic corruption and the ground is like fouled by the energies.
So like the mirror realm is kind of bleeding through more
Yeah,
because of the corrupting influence of like the abyss.
Yeah, a relative location of the Feywild reflects its like sort of like corresponding location. It's a reflection of it. So when the thing that it's reflecting is corrupted, there's rumors among druids that causes that Feywild area to distort. This is the first time you've encountered something like this, but it seems like this section of the Feywild has been tainted by demonic essence, essentially. Which also,
and I relay that.
Yeah.
Sorry, go for it.
Yeah, no, sorry. I'm just trying to make sure. I'm trying to like honor the check and all that, and give you all the info.
No, perfect. No, that I mean, I definitely relay that to the party. But there seems to be a demonic influence that has bled over into this realm, and it's almost kind of like rambly, like a little mad sciency, because Findle is actually a wizard, so he's just like, well, there was theories about so I'm kind of like mixing a bunch of things together, but the ramblings of a madman hopefully makes some sense to the rest of you.
Lothar will ask, do we need to be camped here? Can we just rest up and move on quickly? It is corrupted, as you say.
I don't think we have a choice. Or actually, Jonathan, would this be something to where it's just like, no, we have to keep moving, or I guess what would Findle kind of glean for that?
Findle would glean from that. I am going to get to your sort of aspect, Flindrican, but to answer your question, Findle, it would be the most logical choice to try to keep along the path that you guys are on now. It is for sure going to be fraught with some sense of disruption since it's the Feywild. The Feywild is chaotic and distances aren't exactly... They don't work the same as they do in the material plane. But there's a couple things that are hopeful for you, at the very least, as hopeful as you can be in this situation. Bad news first. Turning back is probably not an option, as even if this place is corrupted, it's notoriously difficult to escape areas of the Feywild in the first place. It's easy to get in, but it's hard to get out. There's usually some sort of like rule or ritual you have to do, that sort of thing.
Also, we have a small army of gnolls that have been following us, so it's probably not within the realm. So yeah, I tell everybody, let's stick to the path. If you wander too far, there's a pretty high likelihood that you're not coming back. So we should tell everybody that's here to stick to a buddy system and don't wander out by yourself.
Now, before I get to Flindrican's sort of thing that he gleans, another hopeful aspect to this is that from what you know of the Feywild, I don't want to determine how many times or if you've ever been to the Feywild, the hopeful aspect to this is that Captain Knuckle, kind of references the map, and then, you guys go back out to, like, double check, that sort of thing outside of the tent. The Feywild usually... So, like, picture if you had a city full of skyscrapers, the Feywild reflection of that area would be generally the same layout, but instead of skyscrapers, they're, like, mountains of crystal or, like, tall-ass flowers. It's always some sort of, like... something that's different, but with this, there's actual material plane buildings sparsely dotted throughout the landscape you see. So you almost get it's a conflicting planar logic. So it wouldn't be too far off to guess that the Temple of Madeira would probably still be in the same geographical location if this Feywild section is forced to abide by material plane logic. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like the
He
Feywild rules are
is-
being distorted by material plane rules and vice versa. So
Mm-mm.
you're towing the line between chaos and order, essentially.
Yes, interesting.
For Flingerkin's feeling, you're able to confirm 100% that there is something abyssal, as you're just attuned to basically corrupted planar locations, I would say, just because of your backstory.
He's basically attuned to elder things, whatever kind of outsiders you got. So
Like you would be able to confirm for sure with a 19 that the line between, if this place is the Feywild, I mean, you already know that, but you know what I mean. It's the line between the abyss and this location also would seem to be a little bit thin. So there's a damn near guarantee that there are some demons and or demons in this area. I want to say for your like detectives or this like detective section you guys are in, Burp the Grig, the tiny bug fairy that you guys interrogated last session, he told you guys specifically that his section of the Feywild that he lived in, while he never explored out because his brother would always keep him in one place to be safe, he explained that when his brother told him to run away, that he was watching the forest actively be corrupted and demons roaming around, that sort of thing. And I didn't want to have him just speak unless somebody asked him specifically, since he's kind of just sitting on top of a box just watching you guys talk. But if you ask him, he would say specifically that this feels like home, but it feels like how it was when he was leaving, that something is just...
Ralthar actually secretly smashed him while nobody was looking.
Yeah, I was hoping we lost him in the chase, but all right. We'll ask for his
He accidentally
wise
sat on
counsel.
him or something.
Bug boy, tell
It's
us.
me, Greg! Ah!
Tell us how to get out of here, bug boy.
My name is Burp, thank you very much. Anyways, I don't know, I guess I only left the one time when my brother told me to. Other than that, my brother just usually would keep me... Like I said, he always told me that the place we lived in was one of the only good parts left, and he would make me stay in this really big tree, and we would have fun and party sometimes, but I don't know, he describes to you guys the feeling of if you guys were to walk into your house and somebody like rearranged the furniture, so we're like, this is my house, but it doesn't feel right. Like it doesn't have that subconscious 100% familiarity and stuff. So unless you guys would ask him something else specific, but that's like what he's able to relay to you guys, that this is for sure where he's from, but there's some part of it that he can't really parse that makes him uneasy. And if something makes Bert weirded out, that means actually there's some like something crazy going on.
I'm hearing an orgy by a big tree. No?
what?
I didn't know you were saying that in character.
Perhaps.
Well, Bert, is it safe to rest here? Do you recommend a place we go?
I don't really feel anything nasty nearby other than just like this place in general. I mean, I think it should be fine. But you're also asking an entity that doesn't understand the concept of death.
But he's got enough self-preservation to know if demons are attacking, because he fled.
Yeah,
from
he
his-
doesn't feel anything nasty, no. Is
Okay.
what he confirms.
Well, give us a heads up if any of those demons that chased you out of your town, out of your home, appear here. And I guess it's time to bust out the iron rations and rest up.
Yeah.
Would you guys want to end it here? I know it's like 11:30.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That's good.
we'll continue with some more of you exploring this.
I
Apparently,
might have to bring out my backup character, Asger Attenheim.
What? Ask
My
her
other,
that.
yeah, he's my dwarf with a bum leg.
all right. Well, if
Nice.
Is he more or less
Nice.
religious?
You know what?
No, he's
I'll
less
make
religious.
my backup a
He's,
dwarf as well.
He's a,
That
he's a
sounds
dwarven
good.
fighter with a bum leg, so he uses a crossbow. He
if
also
we
uses a horn because his ear is injured.
All right. Well, if we're wrapping it up here, I hope everybody enjoyed. And if you liked the video, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll pick up with the caravan having to navigate a corrupted version of the Feywild next session. Peace out.